Ever noticed how Amish families eat so well while spending so little? Their secret lies in these 50 recipes that transform cheap ingredients into amazing meals. While modern shoppers struggle with rising food costs, the Amish continue centuries-old traditions that stretch every dollar to its limit. And it all starts with homemade food that tastes better than expensive store-bought options. Overnight oatmeal that costs pennies. Want breakfast that costs almost nothing? This Amish staple costs 80% less than store-bought options while following simple principles anyone can use. Just mix oats with milk and whatever fruits are cheap or in season, exactly how Amish families eat according to what's available. The genius lies in batch preparation. Amish families feed everyone for under $2 total, with a slow energy release that keeps going all morning, perfect for farm work. This breakfast makes financial sense without sacrificing satisfaction. A man tried this and said that he has been overpaying for breakfast his whole life. An Amish farmer once claimed his morning oatmeal powered him through milking 12 cows before most people hit the snooze button. Amish Friendship Bread Starter. The key to saving dough is, well, dough. This perpetual culture eliminates buying yeast repeatedly, a cornerstone of Amish money-saving wisdom. The starter becomes both a practical kitchen staple and a meaningful gift in tight-knit communities. Some Amish settlements still use heritage starters dating back more than 150 years. This tradition developed when frontier Amish had limited access to commercial leavening. Each feeding keeps the culture alive while expanding its volume, creating abundance from scarcity. According to Amish baking tradition, a properly maintained starter brings prosperity to any household that keeps it alive for 7 consecutive years. Farm Fresh Egg Casserole. Breakfast becomes an affordable luxury through clever Amish ingenuity. Their special technique stretches expensive protein with garden vegetables, slashing meal costs by 60% without sacrificing satisfaction. Prepare this the evening before, and it becomes clear why Amish families prize efficiency. As dawn breaks over the farm, breakfast is ready without morning fuss, perfectly aligned with early rising work schedules while conserving precious morning fuel. 1 additional egg feeds 2 more people when combined with garden vegetables. During peak production season, an Amish farm with just 20 hens produces enough eggs for 140 casseroles, enough to feed the entire church district for Sunday breakfast. Amish cornmeal mush. From just one humble ingredient costing pennies comes a hearty meal that satisfies the heartiest farm appetites. The Amish have mastered transforming 25-cent cornmeal into filling nourishment through 2-stage cooking brilliance. First evening, prepare soft, warm porridge. Next morning, slice the cooled leftovers and fry to crispy perfection in cast iron, which cleverly adds dietary iron at 0 cost. Each serving delivers over 500 calories for minimal expense, perfectly supporting the physical demands of farm life. As the Amish saying goes, cornmeal in the pantry means money in the bank. An elderly Amish man claimed he'd eaten cornmeal mush over 15,000 times in his life and never tired of it once. Clean out the fridge breakfast pie. Nothing goes to waste in Amish kitchens. Families save over $30 weekly repurposing food that might otherwise be discarded. The simple egg base unifies leftover ingredients according to waste reduction principles that align with deep religious stewardship beliefs. This breakfast solution shows remarkable adaptability across seasonal transitions. Summer might bring zucchini and tomatoes, while winter versions feature stored potatoes and preserved peppers. The Amish grandmother's test: if it's good enough to feed the family, it's not too good to throw away. One thrifty Amish mother claims to have fed her family of 8 for an entire month without grocery shopping by mastering this technique. No-knead bread from Amish kitchens. Here's bread that practically makes itself. This Amish adaptation requires minimal hands-on time while saving $3 to $4 per loaf compared to fancy bakery bread. The traditional technique brilliantly connects European heritage with practical household needs. Slow fermentation works magic overnight, developing complex flavors without expensive ingredients. The dough uses natural temperature fluctuations in homes without fancy equipment. Warmer kitchens speed the process, while cooler corners slow it down. The Amish baker finally buys a watch, as his bread keeps taking its own sweet time. Studies show that Amish families who bake bread at home save an average of $520 annually compared to purchasing commercial equivalents. Easy Amish white bread. Would you believe this costs just 80 cents per loaf compared to $4 plus in stores? This recipe exemplifies fundamental Amish economy while serving as the cornerstone of independence from commercial food systems. Young Amish girls typically master this essential skill by age 8, perpetuating self-sufficiency across generations. The tradition carries deeper meaning beyond nutrition in Amish society, where bread making connects to spiritual values of provision and care. The moment of triumph comes when golden loaves emerge from the oven, filling the house with an aroma no commercial bakery can match. A typical Amish family of 6 consumes approximately 832 loaves of bread per year, all homemade at a savings of over $2,600 annually. Amish dinner rolls. These pillowy treasures ingeniously use potato cooking water most kitchens discard. Water from boiled potatoes contains starch that creates exceptional texture while following Amish resource maximization principles. Nothing goes to waste. This clever hack developed during Depression-era hardships when many Amish communities faced dairy shortages. Unable to afford milk, resourceful cooks discovered potato water created similar results. Lancaster County Amish prefer slightly sweeter versions, while Indiana settlements favor more savory profiles with herbs. Store-bought rolls cost 5 times as much, but taste only half as good. Amish sourdough bread. True financial freedom starts with eliminating recurring expenses. This bread eliminates ongoing yeast purchases through self-perpetuating starter, embodying core Amish economic strategy. Some families maintain starter cultures across 7 generations, creating family legacy while avoiding modern dependencies. The natural fermentation process increases nutrient absorption, something valued in Amish holistic health approaches long before nutritionists discovered sourdough benefits. The longest-running Amish sourdough starter is so old it could legally vote in 3 elections. Research indicates traditional sourdough fermentation increases mineral bioavailability by up to 62%, meaning these loaves are literally worth their weight in nutritional gold. Oatmeal bread from Amish bakeries. Clever Amish bakers incorporate less expensive oats to extend pricier flour. Perfect example of resourcefulness embedded in everyday practices. This adaptation connects to wartime conservation when Amish communities faced wheat rationing yet continued providing daily bread. Traditional stone grinding creates a distinctive texture impossible in mass-produced loaves. The slight coarseness of freshly ground grains provides satisfying chew while remaining tender enough for sandwiches. Following these time-tested methods produces bakery-quality bread while keeping precious dollars in the pocket. The beta-glucans in oats used in Amish bread recipes have been shown to lower cholesterol by up to 23%, making this one of the rare instances where the cheaper ingredient is actually healthier than the expensive one. Perpetual Amish soup pot. Continuous cooking cycles minimize fuel consumption in traditional Amish households where every penny counts. The Perpetual soup pot preserves practical wisdom from pre-refrigeration eras when rural communities relied on ingenuity rather than technology. As ingredients simmer, kitchen scraps and leftovers transform into nourishing meals day after day. Nothing goes to waste in this sustainable system that exemplifies Amish resource stewardship principles. Ready sustenance throughout cold winter months provides substantial calories when outdoor work demands maximum energy with minimum expense. The soup evolves daily, sometimes hearty with root vegetables, other times lighter with summer garden bounty. In the coldest Lancaster County winters, Amish families have maintained the same soup pot continuously for over 30 days, adding fresh ingredients daily while the base grows richer and more complex. Navy bean soup the Amish way. Complete protein arrives at the table for just 1/5 the cost of meat-centered meals, a key factor in the Amish household economy where practicality drives food choices. Unique bean varieties cultivated in different settlements reflect generations of adaptation to local growing conditions. What works in humid Pennsylvania differs from drought-resistant varieties preferred in Midwestern Amish communities. Strategic scheduling pairs this hands-off meal with Amish wash day when everyone's busy with laundry. The soup simmers unattended while other tasks receive attention. The Amish family needs navy bean soup because doing laundry by hand works up a navy-sized appetite. Fresh herbs from household plots enhance flavor without additional expense, making even the simplest meal taste rich. Potato soup that tastes rich without cream. Special cooking techniques from Lancaster County. Amish kitchens harness natural potato starch to create creamy texture without costly dairy products. This practical luxury balances rich satisfaction with everyday affordability, essential when feeding large families on modest budgets. The recipe cleverly utilizes second-grade potatoes abundant during harvest season on Amish farms. These imperfect but perfectly edible potatoes cost substantially less while offering identical nutrition. For generations, resourceful Amish cooks have mastered techniques that transform humble ingredients into something that tastes indulgent without the indulgent price tag. A traditional cast iron pot contributes flavor complexity impossible to achieve in modern vessels. Studies of traditional Amish cooking methods reveal that slow simmering potatoes releases 42% more flavor compounds than quick cooking methods commonly used today. Chicken corn soup from Amish country. Whole animal utilization exemplifies Amish frugality, extracting maximum value from carefully raised livestock. Nothing edible goes unused. Feet and necks contribute rich gelatin, while meat stretches across multiple meals. Summer corn preserved through traditional Amish drying techniques provides complex sweetness throughout cold winter months. The distinctive chewy texture of dried corn kernels rehydrated in broth cannot be replicated with frozen alternatives. This recipe connects to communal work exchanges where families earn soup shares through harvest help, practical compensation that strengthen community bonds while feeding everyone involved. At traditional Amish weddings, over 30 gallons of chicken corn soup might be prepared to feed 200-plus guests, all from chickens raised on family farms and corn dried the previous summer. Beef bone broth from the Amish homestead. Butchering practices developed over generations extract value from components typically discarded in modern food systems. Amish families turn bones, joints, and tough connective tissues into liquid gold through patient simmering. The resulting broth contains compounds recognized for joint and digestive health benefits in traditional Amish medicine long before wellness trends made bone broth fashionable. This ancient knowledge passed through generations maintains health without expensive supplements. Seasonal processing coordinates with community-wide butchering days to maximize resource efficiency. An Amish said that the Amish family couldn't keep a secret because their bone broth was just too good to keep quiet about. The traditional vinegar technique enhances mineral extraction, increasing nutritional return on investment from each animal raised. Classic Amish casserole. The ingenious three-part formula allows endless variations while maintaining predictable cost in Amish meal planning. Combining a starch base, protein component, and vegetable element creates meals that satisfy diverse family needs without breaking the budget. Slow cooking methods develop flavors while freeing Amish women to attend to multiple tasks, essential when managing homestead responsibilities without modern appliances. The origins trace to westward Amish migration when resource uncertainty required cooking adaptability. These hearty dishes frequently appear when new mothers receive community support. Practical meals delivered by neighbors provide nourishment during recovery while demonstrating community care. Anthropologists studying Amish food traditions found that a single community might exchange over 250 casseroles annually as part of their mutual aid practices. Chicken and dumplings, Amish style. Every drop of nutritional value gets captured from cooking liquid in this waste prevention masterpiece. The rich broth transforms ordinary flour dumplings into flavor-absorbing pillows that satisfy even the heartiest appetites. Old laying hens past commercial value become tender family meals through slow, gentle cooking. The method turns what modern kitchens might discard into a celebration-worthy dish that costs pennies per serving. Frequently prepared for barn-raising crews, this hearty meal sustained workers through physically demanding community projects. During a typical Amish barn raising requiring 40 workers, approximately 8 hens and 15 pounds of dumpling dough feed the entire crew. at a cost roughly equivalent to ordering 2 large pizzas. Ground beef stretcher from the Amish kitchen. 1 pound of ground beef magically feeds twice as many people at half the cost through this Amish innovation. The perfect embodiment of making do philosophy developed during economic constraints when meat prices strained family budgets. Traditional slow-cooking suits wood stoves in off-grid Amish households while developing richer flavor than quick-cooking methods. Oatmeal absorbs meat juices while extending protein, creating a satisfying texture indistinguishable from higher meat versions. This practical approach appears in numerous handwritten community cookbooks passed through generations. The Amish cooks make the best financial advisors because they can make $1 worth of ground beef feel like 2. The technique works equally well with venison from fall hunting, further reducing family food costs. Ham and beans the Amish way. Extract multiple meals from single holiday ham purchases with this approach that maximizes investment value. The meaty ham bone contributes rich flavor to simple beans while providing several meal solutions from one initial purchase. Root cellar storage techniques developed by Amish families preserve dried beans without electricity for months. Properly stored beans maintain nutritional value while always standing ready for quick meal preparation. This recipe demonstrates the Amish philosophical view that perceived scarcity often masks abundance when approached with wisdom and patience. Traditional Saturday evening offering in many Amish households establishes predictable meal rhythms that reduce decision fatigue, a concept modern nutritionists now recommend for dietary success. Poor man's steak from Amish country. Special tenderizing methods transform inexpensive ground beef into special occasion-worthy dishes that mimic the texture and satisfaction of premium cuts. This Amish technique creates the illusion of luxury from modest ingredients. Interestingly, this budget-friendly alternative contains higher mineral content than premium cuts, aligning with Amish nutritional wisdom that sometimes the lesser option provides greater health benefits. Created during the 1920s agricultural depression when many Amish farmers faced financial hardship, this resourceful solution turned necessity into cherished tradition. During economic hardship, an Amish community cookbook published in 1928 included 7 different versions of poor man's steak, each family contributing their unique variation to help neighbors stretch food budgets. Dutch potato filling Amish style. Waste not, want not. That's the Amish way. This clever dish transforms stale bread into a delicious accompaniment, perfectly embodying traditional waste reduction principles. Leftover bread that most would toss becomes the foundation of a hearty side dish. European herb combinations reflect the heritage roots carried by Amish immigrants who settled in America generations ago. Thyme, parsley, and sage create distinctive flavor profiles unique to each family's tradition. Featured prominently in Sunday after-church meals, this simple dish elevates basic ingredients to something special. The starchy comfort perfectly complements the protein served after a morning of worship and community gathering. An Amish community cookbook from 1887 contains 24 different variations of potato filling, each attributed to a different family's unique recipe passed through generations. Amish baked beans. Long, slow cooking processes transform inexpensive dried beans into rich delicacies that grace Amish tables for pennies per serving. Traditional wood-fired ovens contribute distinct smoky notes impossible to achieve in modern kitchen equipment. These hearty beans frequently appear at Amish frolics, where community members gather for collective work projects like barn raising or quilt making. The economical dish feeds many hardworking hands without straining limited resources. Regional variations clearly show how Amish communities adapted to local ingredients as they established settlements across America. As one Amish said, one Amish cook always wins the baked bean competition because he had all day to perfect the recipe while everyone else was in a rush. Ohio settlements favor molasses while Indiana communities lean toward brown sugar, each creating distinct flavor profiles from the same humble ingredients. Red beet eggs from Amish pantries. Clever Amish cooks use natural beet pigment instead of costly artificial food coloring to create vibrant, eye-catching eggs. This practical approach transforms ordinary hard-boiled eggs into something special without additional expense. The pickling method extends egg storage without refrigeration, a crucial advantage in traditional Amish homesteads operating without electricity. Eggs can safely keep for weeks, providing ready protein when needed. Featured prominently in Pennsylvania Amish Easter celebrations, these colorful eggs add festive touches at minimal cost. The preparation knowledge typically passes mother to daughter in Amish kitchens, creating unbroken chains of culinary wisdom connecting generations. Food scientists have confirmed the natural compounds in beets that color these Amish eggs also provide beneficial antioxidants not found in artificially colored alternatives. Pepper cabbage, an Amish staple. Raw preparation maintains nutritional integrity while saving cooking fuel, two important considerations in budget-conscious Amish households. This crisp side dish requires no energy for cooking while delivering maximum nutrition. The simple recipe perfectly embodies the Amish preference for elegant simplicity rather than complicated preparations. Few ingredients combine to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Harvest timing coincides with fall abundance in Amish garden plots, taking advantage of peak season produce at its prime. Many Amish families purposely plant extra cabbage, knowing this preservation method will carry the harvest bounty forward for months. Studies of traditional Amish diets show regular consumption of fermented cabbage dishes may contribute to their lower rates of digestive complaints compared to the general population. Sweet and sour green beans, Amish country style. Quick pickling extends harvest value without elaborate canning setups in Amish kitchens, where practicality and simplicity govern food preservation. This efficient method transforms abundant green beans into a tangy side dish that brightens winter meals. The practical solution for managing summer garden abundance ensures nothing goes to waste, a cornerstone of Amish resource stewardship. When bean plants produce more than families can eat fresh, this preservation technique maintains both nutrition and flavor. Amish farmers plant so many green beans because their sweet and sour recipe was so popular, the neighbors begged for jars of it all winter long. The distinctive flavor profile showcases the Amish appreciation for complementary taste elements, balancing sharp vinegar with gentle sweetness for complex results from simple ingredients. Amish Chow Chow. Late-season garden odds and ends transform into valuable condiments through this waste reduction masterpiece. Small amounts of various vegetables combine to create a colorful relish that adds interest to winter meals when fresh produce becomes scarce. Recipe variations serve as identifying markers between different Amish settlement groups. Lancaster County versions feature sweeter profiles, while Midwestern communities prefer spicier combinations, each reflecting generational adaptations to local preferences. Community canning days strengthen social bonds while efficiently processing food. Multiple families working together can process hundreds of jars in a single day, making light work of harvest abundance. Traditional Amish chow chow recipes utilize up to 14 different vegetables, making it one of the most nutritionally diverse preserved foods in their culinary tradition. Canned tomatoes, Amish pantry essential. Precise timing captures peak flavor at lowest seasonal cost, following agricultural wisdom passed through generations of Amish gardeners. Experienced canners recognize the perfect window when tomatoes reach maximum sweetness and acidity. Specific August weeks dedicated to tomato preservation appear in traditional Amish community calendars, ensuring this critical pantry staple receives proper attention before fall harvests demand time. The rhythm aligns with seasonal work patterns governed by community ordning principles. Family-specific acid adjustments represent multi-generational knowledge transmission essential to safe preservation. Variations in tomato acidity require customized approaches handed down through careful teaching. A survey of Amish pantries found that the average family preserves between 52 and 78 quarts of tomatoes annually, enough to use a quart every 4 to 7 days throughout the year. 7-day sweet pickles from Amish country. Patient processing creates complexity impossible in quick commercial versions. The extended 7-day method produces crispness and flavor layering that cannot be rushed, reflecting the Amish value of patience in all things. This traditional approach benefits from a multi-generational household structure where processing tasks are shared among family members. Grandmothers, mothers, and daughters each handle different days of the process, turning preservation into a communal activity. Precise coordination with cucumber harvest cycles ensures ideal size and texture. Amish pickles never stressed as they've spent a whole week in a brine spa. The process teaches patience as both practical skill and spiritual virtue, lessons embedded in everyday activities rather than abstract teaching. Apple butter the Amish way. Natural reduction concentrates apple sugars, reducing sweetener costs in Amish preserving traditions. Long, slow cooking caramelizes natural fruit sugars without requiring expensive added sweeteners. Perfect for budget-conscious families. Traditional copper kettle preparation has become a community event in many settlements. The massive kettles require multiple stirrers working in shifts, transforming work into social gathering where news and stories flow as freely as the apple butter. Specialized wooden stirring paddles handed down through generations show smooth spots from decades of use. These family heirlooms represent continuity of tradition, with each new generation adding their own history to the tools. During peak apple season, larger Amish communities can produce over 500 pints in a single community apple butter making day. Corn relish from Amish farmsteads. Capturing the fleeting nutritional window when corn sugars reach peak before converting to starch requires precise timing developed through generations of observation. The brief period when corn is perfect for relish lasts only days. Experienced Amish cooks recognize it instantly. This preservation often happens during husking bees when community members gather to process the harvest. Many hands make light work of the labor-intensive task while strengthening community bonds. The recipe contains significantly less sugar than English versions, reflecting Amish taste preferences developed over centuries. Amish corn relish wins first prize at the county fair because it is amazing in every way. Precise cutting techniques maintain kernel integrity, showcasing the attention to detail evident in all aspects of Amish food preparation. Choufle pie, authentic Amish style. Featuring molasses as the star ingredient makes perfect economic sense. Historically, molasses was the most affordable sweetener available to Amish households, making this pie both delicious and budget-friendly. The unusual name comes from practical origins. The sweet filling attracted flies during cooling time in Amish kitchens, requiring constant shooing before screen windows became common. This everyday reality transformed into a charming name that stuck through generations. Unlike fancy desserts reserved for special occasions, choufle pie holds the unique position of breakfast food rather than dessert in traditional Amish meal patterns. The hearty sweetness provides quick energy for morning farm chores without requiring expensive ingredients. Regional variations between Amish communities run so deep that wedding matches have reportedly been questioned when a bride-to-be preferred the opposite choufle style wet bottom versus dry bottom from her future husband's family. Amish sugar cookies. Basic pantry ingredients combined to create endless variations without specialty purchases. Flour, sugar, and fat transform into delicate cookies that stretch limited resources while still providing a special treat at minimal cost. These simple cookies developed during times when sugar rationing affected even self-sufficient Amish communities. The recipe maximizes sweetness while using minimal sugar, clever economy born of necessity. Family-specific decorative markings identify cookie sources at community gatherings and food exchanges. Amish sugar cookies are never lonely because they always show up to gatherings in batches. Often the first baking lesson for young Amish children, these cookies teach basic kitchen skills while creating something everyone enjoys, making learning both practical and rewarding. Whoopie pies from Amish bakeries. Found throughout Amish communities, these treats contain significantly less sugar than typical American desserts, reflecting cultural values of moderation in all things, including sweetness. The balanced flavor satisfies without being overwhelming. The practical portable design originated as a convenient dessert for Amish farmers' field lunches. Easy to pack and neat to eat with hands, the sandwich-like structure solved the problem of providing dessert without utensils or plates. Assembly often becomes a social activity during community work events, with multiple generations working together to match similarly sized cakes and add filling. Amish whoopie pies average 3.5 inches in diameter, while commercial versions typically measure only 2 inches. Further evidence that Amish communities value generous hospitality even in the smallest details. Applesauce cake, the Amish way. Oil-based recipes eliminate expensive butter, a significant economic consideration in Amish households where dairy products might be sold for cash rather than used at home. This clever substitution creates moist texture while conserving valuable resources. Recipe development coincided with the introduction of ovens to Amish kitchens in the late 1800s, replacing hearth cooking with more controlled baking environments. This technological shift, modest by modern standards, revolutionized Amish baking traditions. The Amish baker won the applesauce cake competition because they had the greatest amplitude and applitude about using seasonal ingredients. Timing coordinates perfectly with fall apple harvest in Amish orchards for maximum freshness and flavor, illustrating the principle of using what's abundant rather than purchasing special ingredients. Oatmeal pie from Amish country. Resourceful Amish cooks created this clever alternative to expensive pecan pie at just 1/4 the cost. The innovative substitution maintains similar texture and sweetness while dramatically reducing expense, perfect for large families with limited budgets. This creative adaptation emerged during historic periods when nuts were unaffordable for most Amish households. Rather than going without treats, ingenious cooks developed this alternative that mimics the texture of nut-based fillings. Regional variations reflect different available sweeteners in various Amish communities. Some versions use sorghum molasses, while others incorporate maple syrup or honey, depending on local availability. Food historians have documented at least 12 distinct variations of Amish oatmeal pie, each reflecting the economic and agricultural conditions of different settlements across North America. Amish meadow tea. Wild mint harvesting eliminates all grocery costs for this refreshing drink. Perfect alignment with Amish resource stewardship principles. The simple act of gathering what grows freely transforms something ordinary into special refreshment. Knowledge of identifying various mint varieties passes through Amish oral tradition, with children learning to distinguish subtle differences in leaf shapes and aromas. This practical education connects younger generations to both natural environments and cultural heritage. The preparation coincides with haymaking season, when cool refreshment sustains Amish field workers through long, hot days. Amish families never worry about running out of meadow tea, as the mint always grows back, making it the gift that keeps on giving. Commonly served during barn raisings when community members labor together, this free beverage reduces costs when feeding large work crews. Homemade root beer, Amish celebration drink. Natural fermentation creates gentle carbonation without special equipment, perfectly exemplifying Amish simplicity principles. Just molasses, roots, water, and thyme combine to create a special occasion beverage that costs pennies per serving. This tradition preserves knowledge of medicinal plant properties within Amish communities, connecting practical refreshment with folk wellness wisdom passed through generations. Sassafras, sarsaparilla, and wintergreen each contribute distinctive flavors while also serving traditional health purposes. Reserved for special occasions like weddings and Amish celebration hierarchy, this drink marks important community events without extravagant expense. Amish wedding root beer production typically begins 1 week before the ceremony, with final fermentation timed to reach perfect carbonation precisely on the wedding morning. A feat of timing that demonstrates remarkable understanding of fermentation science. Hot chocolate mix from Amish pantries. Bulk preparation results in significant savings, just 15 cents per serving versus 75 cents for commercial packets. This practical approach reduces packaging waste while providing consistent quality that commercial products can't match. Morning preparation integrates seamlessly with dairy chores in traditional Amish farm schedules. Fresh milk from the morning milking combines with the homemade mix for a warming drink that starts cold days with comfort and nutrition. The subtle coffee addition reflects the European heritage of Amish ancestors who often combine the two flavors. Amish children look forward to winter mornings because that's hot chocolate season, when even doing chores in freezing barns comes with a sweet reward waiting afterward. Family variations in recipes indicate original European regions where Amish ancestors originated. Some prefer cinnamon, while others add nutmeg or vanilla. Amish lemonade concentrate. Strategic purchasing of citrus during seasonal sales reflects sophisticated Amish economic planning. Buying lemons at peak abundance and lowest cost creates year-round refreshment at a fraction of ready-made prices. Traditionally prepared for Sunday gatherings after church services, this concentrate provides simple hospitality without last-minute preparation. The make-ahead approach allows proper focus on worship and community rather than kitchen duties. The recipe emphasizes the Amish value of producing rather than purchasing whenever possible. Commercial drinks rarely appear at Amish gatherings, where homemade alternatives demonstrate both thrift and care. An Amish community cookbook from 1943 notes that 1 quart of concentrate could serve 60 people when properly diluted. Evidence of careful resource management, even in refreshments. Dandelion wine from Amish homesteads. Converting free backyard weeds into valuable products perfectly embodies Amish resourcefulness. What others might spray with chemicals, Amish families harvest for delicious free beverages that cost nothing but time and sugar. Traditionally served as spring tonic in Amish folk health practices, this mildly alcoholic drink was considered beneficial for thinning winter blood and boosting vitality after long, cold months. Modern science confirms dandelions contain beneficial compounds supporting liver function. Amish families never worry about dandelions taking over the yard. For them, it's just the wine cellar growing itself right outside the door. Harvesting responsibilities often fall to Amish children as introduction to useful plant identification. This practical education teaches youngsters to see value in what others overlook, a cornerstone of Amish thrift philosophy. Homemade salad dressings, Amish style. Simple base recipes expand into countless variations in Amish kitchens, eliminating the need for expensive store-bought options. Just vinegar, oil, and seasonings create dressings that cost pennies per serving compared to commercial versions. Fresh herb choices reflect what's readily available in kitchen gardens, changing with the seasons and demonstrating the Amish connection to natural growing cycles. Spring brings chive blossoms, while summer offers basil and dill, each creating distinct flavors without additional cost. This practical approach aligns perfectly with the Amish preference for home production over commercial purchase. Making rather than buying represents both economic wisdom and cultural values. During winter months when gardens rest, Amish women create vinegar infusions with dried herbs, providing productive indoor activity while maintaining flavor variety throughout cold seasons when fresh options become limited. DIY cream soups from Amish kitchens. One versatile base replaces multiple canned products in well-stocked Amish pantries. Instead of purchasing separate mushroom, celery, and chicken varieties, this single recipe adapts to whatever ingredients are available, dramatically reducing food expenditure. The approach makes optimal use of home-dried ingredients stored in cellars and pantries through winter months. Dehydrated mushrooms, celery, and herbs reconstitute perfectly in the creamy base, creating fresh-tasting results from preserved ingredients. Amish cooks laugh at pantry emergencies. With one base recipe, they're always just minutes away from any cream soup flavor the family requests. Often prepared in quantity for school and church building projects, these versatile bases feed community workers efficiently. Traditional knowledge passes through demonstration rather than written recipes, with daughters learning by working alongside mothers and grandmothers. Homemade pasta the Amish way. Manual methods require no specialized equipment, perfectly following Amish simplicity principles. Rolling pins and sharp knives transform basic flour and eggs into noodles that cost a fraction of packaged versions while tasting infinitely better. Egg noodle traditions connect directly to Pennsylvania Dutch heritage of many Amish communities. The distinctive yellow color and rich flavor come from farm-fresh eggs that commercial versions can't match in both nutrition and taste. Preparation often involves multiple generations working together, with children learning to roll dough while grandparents cut perfect noodles with practiced precision. Anthropologists studying Amish kitchen practices found that homemade pasta production saves the average family approximately $312 annually while providing 42% higher protein content than commercial alternatives. Chicken stock powder from Amish farms. Clever dehydration techniques maximize storage efficiency in space-limited Amish pantries. Converting bulky liquid stock to concentrated powder saves precious jar space while maintaining all nutritional benefits. Practical wisdom for households without modern freezers. The process utilizes heat already generated by wood stoves in Amish kitchens, efficiently accomplishing two purposes with the same fuel. During winter months, stock reduction synchronizes perfectly with home heating needs. Production timing coordinates with fall butchering schedules in Amish communities when fresh ingredients become abundantly available. Amish chicken stock powder won the county fair, as it was truly exceptional and exceptional at the same time. Specialized clay storage containers address humidity challenges in root cellars, keeping the powder perfectly dry until needed. Amish mayonnaise. Small batch production eliminates need for preservatives in Amish cooking while providing fresh flavor. Commercial versions can't match. Made just a pint at a time, this condiment stays naturally fresh without refrigeration for shorter periods than store-bought alternatives. The specific hand-beating technique creates perfect emulsion in Amish kitchens without electrical equipment. The steady, patient approach incorporates oil drop by drop until achieving the ideal texture, impossibly creamy with just the right thickness. Production naturally aligns with peak egg production cycles on Amish farms, using abundance when available and adapting when scarce. Historic Amish cookbooks reveal that homemade mayonnaise recipes entered Amish kitchens in the 1920s, decades before commercial versions became widely available in rural stores. Evidence of the community's culinary innovation despite seeming isolation. Amish wedding chicken. Large batch preparation methods feed wedding guests economically in multi-day Amish celebrations that often include 200-plus attendees. Special cooking techniques maintain moisture and flavor while allowing preparation ahead of the actual wedding day. This dish holds the traditional position as centerpiece of marriage celebrations, simple yet satisfying enough for the most important community gatherings. The recipe balances festivity with practicality in true Amish fashion. Preservation methods developed specifically for food safety in non-electrified gatherings ensure this special dish remains safe without modern refrigeration. Amish wedding chicken is never overcooked because too many cooks don't spoil the broth when everyone knows their specific role in the preparation. Each cooking stage begins with prayer and blessing in accordance with religious practices that infuse daily activities with spiritual significance. Amish church spread. Room temperature stability makes this spread perfect for 3-hour Amish worship services held in homes rather than dedicated church buildings. The tangy, creamy mixture maintains safety even when modern refrigeration isn't available. This special food occupies a specific position in the meal sequence at Communion Sunday gatherings, appearing between the sermon and the main meal. Its placement carries symbolic meaning beyond mere nourishment. Responsibility for preparation rotates through community households on a set schedule, distributing both the honor and work of feeding the congregation. In traditional Old Order Amish communities, church spread preparation responsibility comes to each family approximately once every 18 months, with the recipe required to follow strict traditional guidelines established by community consensus. Haystack dinner from Amish tables. Self-serve format accommodates varying preferences while maintaining community dining traditions important to Amish social structure. The build-your-own approach allows individual choice within communal eating, balancing personal taste with shared experience. This relatively recent innovation represents knowledge brought back by returning Amish missionaries from other communities, demonstrating adaptability within a consistent cultural framework. Though newer than many traditions, it has quickly become beloved across multiple settlements. Amish children love haystack dinners as it's the only time they're allowed to build towers at the dinner table without getting in trouble. Most frequently prepared when multiple families collaborate on community projects, this meal efficiently feeds large groups with minimal preparation time. Practical hospitality at its finest. Amish celebration roast. Slow cooking transforms affordable cuts into special occasion-worthy meals in Amish homes where practicality matters even during celebrations. Tough chuck roasts become fork tender through patient cooking that fits perfectly with wood stove heating methods. Traditionally prepared for welcoming new babies in Amish communities, this hearty dish provides sustenance for visitors who come to meet newborns and assist new mothers with household tasks. The practical hospitality nourishes both family and community connections. Specific wood choices for smoking reflect regional culinary traditions, with applewood preferred in Pennsylvania settlements while hickory dominates in Midwestern Amish communities. Traditional Amish celebration roasts cook for 5 to 7 hours, developing deep flavor compounds impossible to achieve through quick cooking methods popular in modern kitchens. Friendship soup mix from Amish kitchens. Eye-catching layered presentation showcases. Amish attention to visual beauty in simplicity. The colorful stripes of various dried ingredients create an attractive gift requiring no fancy packaging. Practical beauty from basic components. These mixed jars serve as traditional gifts for families experiencing illness or hardship in Amish communities where practical assistance takes priority over verbal sympathy. The gesture provides both immediate visual cheer and future nourishment with minimal recipient effort. Winter preparation provides purposeful activity during the agricultural off-season for Amish families. Amish friendship soup mixes are never rejected as gifts because they're super thoughtful and always in good taste. A single quart jar contains enough to feed 12 people at approximately 27 cents per serving. Remarkable economy that demonstrates how Amish traditions combine practicality with genuine care. These 50 Amish recipes show that delicious meals don't need expensive ingredients. By using these simple methods, you'll cut grocery costs while creating food everyone loves. The Amish secret is clear. The most economical cooking often creates the most memorable meals.